Of France. We're hopefully away from the clouds of Paris today. It's bright sunshine where Eve Jackson is. It's been a day where petitions are making news, a war of words at the Cannes Festival. Also, we'll get some razzle-dazzle on the red carpet as well. Great to see you tonight, Eve. Shall we start with this mass petition against the right-wing billionaire Vincent Bolloré, who owns Canal+, the biggest producer of films. And what's going on there?
Well, this has become, Gavin, one of the major controversies at Cannes this year. The petition came out right at the start of the festival and was signed by several high-profile figures in film, including the likes of Juliette Binoche, for example. Now, this accused Canal+ shareholder Vincent Bolloré of contributing to a growing far-right influence in French cinema. In response, Canal+ chairman Maxime Saada said today that the company no longer wants to work with film professionals who signed this petition, so they have been blacklisted. Now, he argued the petition unfairly portrayed Canal+ teams as what he called crypto-fascists and said that crossed a line for him. The clash is especially significant, Gavin, because Canal+ remains one of the biggest financial backers of French cinema.
It's very interesting that we know, as you do from covering these year by year, the political always mixes with the premieres. We always have these two things hand in hand. Talk us through the premieres. There are two big films out, released at Cannes today. Let's start with the first one. It's a major competition premiere. This is Moulin.
Well, this is one of the most intense films Cannes has seen so far this year, Gavin. 11 years ago, Son of Saul stunned audiences here with its Holocaust story. Now the same director, Laszlo Nemes, returns with another World War II drama. Now this time it's set in occupied France. Moulin focuses on the final 10 days in the life of the French resistance hero Jean Moulin, who's played by Gilles Lelouch, and his confrontation with the notorious Nazi officer Klaus Barbie, the so-called Butcher of Leon. Now, he is played by the German actor Lars Eidinger. Now, this isn't a traditional biopic. It's more of a psychological thriller, almost a spy film exploring fear, resistance, and the moral choices people make under occupation. Now, this film avoids simple heroes and villains. We see both men as human beings, two people representing completely opposing visions of civilization. It's tense, it's claustrophobic, and again, it is deeply political, exactly the kind of cinema that tends to leave a strong mark on the festival here in Cannes.
Now, another big, highly anticipated premiere, something that a lot of people are talking about, right, is Hope, particularly because its director and the director's ability to bring in some major Hollywood stars as well.
This is one of the most intriguing competition titles this year because it really does mix Korean cinema with big international names, Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander. Now, Hope, it's a sci-fi thriller. It's set in a small town near the border between North and South Korea where mysterious entities suddenly appear. Now, Na Hong-jin is known for these dark, intense films, so audiences are expecting something pretty unsettling and visually spectacular. But there's also huge curiosity around Fassbender and Vikander appearing together on screen again. They're one, of course, of cinema's most glamorous real-life couples. Fassbender has spent the last few years moving between art house films and action roles, while Alicia Vikander has increasingly focused on darker, more auteur-driven cinema rather than big Hollywood franchises. So Cannes loves this sort of crossover, international stars stepping into ambitious Asian cinema.
Eve, how many screenings on average are there a day? How much sunlight do you actually get to see when you're going through this, film by film? And for those of us with our mobiles ready to try and download something or watch something, what are you recommending? What have you seen so far, the absolute standout?
Well, Gavin, just before this, I was counting how many films I've seen, and I've seen, I think, 21 films already. That sounds slightly insane. But the one that really stayed with me is Gentle Monster. It's from Austrian filmmaker Marie Kreutzer. Now, it stars Léa Seydoux and Catherine Deneuve, the two French big stars. It's very cold, it's unsettling, it's quietly devastating, so it's not for the faint-hearted. It's about two women trapped by loyalty to the men in their lives. One discovers something terrible about her husband and almost immediately slips into denial, while the other is a police officer who's trying to balance her demanding job with caring for her elderly father. Now, it's not an easy watch. It's very pessimistic, but the performances are extraordinary. And it's one of those films that really lingers because it's about the small compromises people make to avoid confronting uncomfortable truths in our lives.
Noted. Pleasure to talk to you, Eve. As always, have, good luck, because that's a lot of film watching. That's very little sunlight. Eve Jackson, Europe culture editor in Cannes. Now let's go